Hello and welcome to the 26th episode of From Impossible to Inevitable. I am your host, Megan Bauer. I am so grateful for you joining me today, for you pressing play. Thank you. If you don't know, if you're new to the podcast, I do have this episode and all the episodes as YouTube videos, so you can watch me in all of my great hand gesture glory. Should you prefer that method of tuning into the show. Thank you for your shares and your subscriptions and your comments. I appreciate you so much. Today, I have a short and sweet episode for you that is kind of a productivity, procrastination type hack. It's a mindset shift that I want to invite you to try out to help you get some things done that maybe you don't really want to do. And this is the mindset shift. Are you ready? Ask yourself, what will feel good to have done? Not what will feel good to do, because that is often a very short term, I want 10 peanut butter cups in a row right now mindset. So what will feel good to have done? At the end of the day, when you're getting in bed, what are you going to be like, man, I am so glad I did that. I am so glad I got that done. I am so glad I made progress on that. I feel so good about that. These things often don't give you an initial satisfaction, a great, like, what's the chemical? Is it dopamine? I don't know. I'm not sciencey. They don't give you that like rush of pleasure when you are doing them most of the time. Jake loves to vacuum. He loves doing it. I don't. Um, and so he enjoys the actual process of vacuuming. I don't, but it feels good to have done it. It feels good to walk into the room and be like, man, this looks nice. This looks nice. I feel good about this. There are so many tasks in the day-to-day that fall into this category. And if you can focus on once I do this, I'm going to feel really good about it. I'm going to feel really good about this. I'm going to feel good about myself. I'm going to feel good about the day. If you can focus on how you are going to feel, that will help you overcome resistance. You start in on the project or the task or whatever it is. Get started, get it done, and then you will have that chemical rush of pleasure or whatever it is. I probably should have looked that up, but I didn't think about it until I started talking and I was like, wait, I don't know what I'm talking about. I know that's a thing. You can go look it up if you're sciencey, but it's definitely a thing. We are always looking for the immediate satisfaction, and that's kind of been bred into us based on evolution, because when we, were cavemen, the immediate satisfaction often meant survival, because cavemen didn't really plan out, you know, their survival wasn't guaranteed. So, if you ate right now, if you overate right now, then you would, be alive tomorrow or the next day or next week. You didn't really you weren't planning out for years, as a caveman. And so, sleeping right now, when you have a safe environment as a caveman, you take advantage of that. So because right now you're safe. You don't know if you're going to be safe in an hour. And obviously that doesn't work in our fairly safe society, where we do plan for years and years and years, and we work on things for years and years and years. And we typically aren't so concerned with our immediate survival. Of course, I'm not saying always. There are very tragic situations where that is a thing. But for the majority of us, we have to delay that gratification for a little bit. It's not going, most of us aren't thinking like, well, if I don't, eat now while there's food, then I might not have food for dinner, even if you're not hungry. Anyways, whatever. I don't want to go down that road. What I'm saying is shift this mindset. What will feel good to have done? And a lot of the things that you want to do, a lot of goals and projects that are maybe hard to start or maybe hard to get into or feel overwhelming or whatever it is, we are reluctant because they're not going to feel good in the moment, or maybe we're scared, or maybe whatever. Maybe we just flat out don't want to do it. I often just flat out don't want to vacuum. I don't want to. However, if I focus on how I will feel when it has been vacuumed, like, man, that will feel really good. And it's a bonus to me if I'm like, okay, I'm going to have the house vacuumed and the dishes put away and the bathrooms cleaned all before Jake gets home. And he's going to be so surprised. And I'll feel good that I did it all. And I'll feel good that he's surprised and that he doesn't have to do it. And that's just even extra. It's extra feel goods. So look at your task list. Perhaps look at a goal or a task or a project that you've been putting off and think about how good it will feel to have done it. If you have a phone call you need to make, if you have an email you need to send, think about how good it will feel to have done it, to get that off your plate, to be like, it is done. I did it. And then focus on those feelings and try to bring that feeling of how good it will feel to have done into the start of the task. And as you start into it, just be like, I am just going to jump in here and I'm going to finish it. And then I can just bask in how good it feels. So there you go. There's your short, sweet mindset shift episode. What will feel good to have done? Take that, use it. I really invite you to give it a try a couple of times, give it a good effort. And I'd love to know how that changes things, how that helps you, if it helps you, or maybe it doesn't, and that's fine. Not everything's for everyone, but it'll help someone. I know that. So that's what I've got for you today. I hope you have the best day, and I, of course, wish you all the sparkly things. Bye for now.